Drum nerds, drum nerdesses, like, subscribe. We are cruising in at about 1,769. That's not about, that's exact, that's not approximate. There's very little things I pay close attention to in life, this being one of them. So, like, subscribe, share the video. We are about, just call it 230. We're about 230, 231 drum nerds and drum nerdesses away from hitting that 2,000. Let's get it by the end of Christmas, by Christmas. Now, check this out. Now look at that. Totally irrelevant to drums. My good buddy and his boyfriend gave me this as a late birthday gift. Late birthday gift, early Christmas. It is a whiskey globe. I have always wanted it. Sitting in there heavy right now, one of my favorite, Tullamore Dew. I prefer Irish to Scottish. Anybody who wants to slate me in the comments, go for it. But I've tried my fair share. I'll wheel that away. I've tried my fair share of Scottish. And trust me when I say I have a good buddy back home who has, being conservative, probably 300 bottles. So I've tasted a few. But yes, great gift, that globe. Thank you, Sam and Dari. I love it. I've wanted that for years to put in my house. So we've been requested Carpe the Fate by Nemophila. Oh, Captain, my captain, if you know, you know. Right, let's get into it. Also, who knew I've made top 10 most annoying YouTubers? My mom says I'm pretty cool, though, so I guess that guy's totally incorrect. Oh, where'd the sound go? So we're starting with a drum solo. I love those ebony heads. We haven't done a Nemophila in quite a while. Okay. It's like a vocal version of Coffee in the Morning, isn't it? Oh, I want to get it right. So, there are some beautiful toms there. I'm looking at what could possibly be a 10 going into a 12 into that 14 or maybe a 13. But then you've got, if I can see correctly, 2 floors. And there's a lot of stacks. Effect symbols. There's a couple. There's a Z bell. There's a China. I'm just waiting for all of these to get used. This is going to be an incredible journey. Got no idea what you're saying. If somebody does, which I'm sure you do, let me know below. See, we changed the feel there. You can hear that. Listen. Kind of the 2 and 4. So we've changed how we're going there. And there's that effect symbol. So we're double timing. Nice, honestly, those stabs with the vocals, that was clever. Great tom fill. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Bit of a blood, well, kind of sounded like a bucket of sugar honey iced tea, but what I would like to point out, I'm not going to scrub back, you scrub back, so I don't want to drag this out. That drum fill, if I'm not mistaken, was a perfect call and response to that vocal line. She gave a vocal hook and a melody, and the drum fill was basically that sonic replica, if you see my point. Oh, yes, always fun to subdivide down into. I'd be wrong in saying 16th note triplets, but it definitely subdivided down. Ah! That was one of my favorite tricks to do, still is. Back to the chorus, or the pre-chorus rather. There's gonna be a. I can already feel. I never listen to anything before I watch it. I give you my word of that, honestly. And if I don't have my word, I have nothing. Genuinely, I never listen to these beforehand. But I feel like there's a guitar solo coming up, or a break, and maybe that's just easy kind of musical navigation. But I could feel there's going to be a drop and a guitar solo. Well, there's your drop. My girlfriend hates it when I'm right without. There's your solo. Wow. Oh, I like those stabs. Ba, 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 ba. That's when you're getting the China involved. Oh, that's chunky. That is dirty, that is. Right, so we had a bit of a drum feature, drum solo there, and then we had a kind of tertiary, is that the right word? You had an additional little kind of guitar solo there to bring you out of the guitar solo. But look, me being right isn't about me being right. Me really seeing that coming audibly, okay, fine, I've been educated in music. Let's ignore all of that preface. I think anybody who hasn't would have been able to predict that only off the basis that it's clever writing. It's very, not that it's given to you on a silver platter, but they've very much given you, without you knowing they've pretty much given you their musical roadmap. So you kind of gauge, you can feel where things are going, and your body just knows where you want it to then go, and you're rewarded with where it then goes, if you see my point. A lot of times clever writing can do that. You get it a lot with the Beatles. You'll get it with lots of different bands that will do this, and they let you know what's about to come before telling you what's about to come, and you know it's there, and you're happily rewarded when you get it. So, yeah, comment your favorite section below of the song so far. The only thing and this isn't to be a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy, but I don't, and I never have, and I don't suspect I ever will, because I know about portholes. I've never liked a porthole in a bass drum. Yes, it makes miking easier, but you can also mic internally without having to put holes in your heads. I've never been a fan of portholes. I've done a video already about portholes. Go and find that on my channel, because there's a lot more on this channel than just reactions. This is not a reaction channel. This is a drum nerd experience. But yeah, portholes to me, it just lets out a lot of that sound. It lets out a lot of that resonance. It you know, ignoring the aesthetic thing about it, but that would be my only thing. And that's not to say that all of this now is garbage because of a porthole. But I've never vibed with portholes. Let me know if you do or don't, and you're absolutely more than welcome to disagree with me in the comments. But yeah, that is the only one thing. Because you look at all the other drums, you never put portholes in any of your toms or in your snare. And I know that the bass drum is a slightly independent entity, but I think to me the point still stands. But there we go. This is healthy discussion, and I'm happy to be called every pejorative under the sun, as you wonderful internet trolls. See, again, I'm just a regular dude with very, very, very limited focus. I love that effects stack that you guys on the right side there. And those stabs. Here we go. Now we're kind of half-timing it. Or at least playing it standard after we double timed it. Oh, I love that floor tom roll. With the final roll on the snare drum, that was gorgeous. That was most goodly enjoyed indeed. Wow, okay. Well, we've been on a journey there. I feel like we're a little bit closer together now. You've seen my whiskey globe. I've shown you Nemophila. You've shown me Nemophila and suggested it. We're only 10.5 minutes in as well, so it's not too bad. Go out and finish the rest of your corporate shopping for nothing more than to have it thrown onto the dumpster heap in the next month or two after Christmas. That's not cynical. That's called satire. But yeah, hopefully your Christmas shopping is going well. If you're doing that, if you're not, I hope everything else that you're doing is going well. Be nice, be kind, help somebody out, whether you know them or don't know them. Give a homeless man a sandwich. How about that? Do that. Always advocate for niceness and manners, okay? Manners are free. They cost absolutely nothing. And when you leave this house, you represent the family. Cheers for that, Mom. Right. Stay well, everybody. Do something great. That was an amazing song. Keep suggesting these things. I've gotten well into the bandmade camp, but I want to explore wider. So give me new bands that I've never even heard of. And if you don't know if I've ever heard of them, just send them to me. Chances are I haven't. Right. Like, subscribe, be well, keep your stick on the ice.